Good afternoon and welcome to our Sustainable Family Home webinar. My name's Mia Swainson.
I'm Xavier.
He's my son. I have three boys, Xavier, Ashwin, and
live?
yeah, we're live, and Tasman. So I've just got one with me at the moment. Welcome, Lyndall. So when Canberra schools went pupil free earlier this week, I decided that my project with the children would be to work with them to learn how to live more sustainably at home. So as part of that, we thought we'd do this webcast every day, or every day depending on when I had work meetings that I had to attend from home. And so that's how this was born. So thanks so much for joining us. Today we're going to focus on veggie gardening in Canberra's early autumn, as you can see from the slide that I've shared there. So Xavier, we've just been walking around the garden and I can't move my laptop around, but Xav, what sort of stuff have we got in the garden at the moment? What can you see down over there?
We've got tomatoes.
Yeah, and I can show these guys a picture. Where's our tomatoes? There's our tomatoes, if people can see our, yeah, so some of them are ripening. But the thing with tomatoes is they're going to ripen, but you know, we need that space, but I still want the tomatoes on the vine. So yes, we've got tomatoes. Okay, what else have we got?
We've got
What have we got down that side, down over there?
We've got raspberries.
Yeah, we've got raspberries, but we've got beans we're harvesting at the moment. They're just at the end.
Do we have asparagus? No,
that's in the springtime. Yeah, that's a good point. But we've also got here you can see you can see our marigolds and our basil.
I didn't know flowers counted. Come on.
Sorry. But that are like the tomatoes, and we're kind of transitioning our garden at the moment from our summer veggies that didn't go so well because it was such a hot summer, but to our sort of autumn and winter crops. So now is a really great time to be planting either seedlings for spinach and silver beet, or to be putting seeds. If you want to do seeds, like do them now as soon as you can, so that you'll have a crop throughout the winter for peas. Broad beans will give you a crop in early summer. Peas, snow peas, sugar snap peas, they're our favourites. Yeah, so that's, I guess, what's happening in our garden. We're in that process of turning over from the summertime into the wintertime. But what I thought I'd show you, or Xavier would show you, he wanted to show you what he was going to do with our strawberry runners, because our strawberries went a bit crazy this year. So, so what we did in one of our veggie patches got all these strawberry runners in it, and so we've pulled the runners off and we've cut them, and Xavier's going to plant them in these hanging baskets just behind, so that in the springtime hopefully we'll have strawberries hanging down the side of our a wall here. This is my office just behind us, our home office in the shed. So what are we going to do to protect? What sort of soil have we got today?
That's one thing.
Yeah, so we've got soil. Where did we get it from?
Our garden.
Yeah, so we just dug out some soil from our veggie patch, which is enriched with manure and compost, but it's kind of light soil, so it's not the clay soil that you would have, you just dig up from the garden. You want something that's mostly composty and also has some sort of sand mixed through it. Definitely not the clay.
Oh, and we're going to get the leaves and...
Yeah, so these hanging baskets haven't been used for a while, so he's just getting the leaves out. Great. All right.
Okay, so I guess we're just gonna put in a little indent.
Yeah. And then
nice little, and then we'll cover it up. Make sure not to cover the leaves.
So Xavier's just saying don't cover the leaves, but make sure the roots that you've dug up. So if you've got strawberries, and they've put out runners. Now's a really great time to grab those runners and, yeah, plant them somewhere that they'll look spectacular, like a hanging basket or a wall garden. Oh, that's a huge one, isn't it?
No, it's already hanging.
It is already hanging. Wow.
This one's not really working.
Yeah. Might have to. All right. Now, we might
Top it up a bit.
top it up. Do you want to water them in now?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once those strawberry runners are in, you can water them in. Oh, look at those mussels. Yeah.
Oh. Not too much.
Yeah. Do you want a hand?
Oh, I'm fine. Is that
He's
good
very
enough?
strong for a 9-year-old. We might get a little bit more. Yeah, and we might finish that off a little bit later. But we thought that's it from us in terms of what we were going to demonstrate. But we thought we'd open it up for questions. If anyone had a question about something to do with their veggie patch, if you haven't used Zoom before, there's a chat function. If you go towards the bottom of your screen, you should be able to see the chat function. Can people see it? And Zoe just said I should stop share. Yeah. So can people see me a bit bigger on the screen now instead of before? Oh, all right. So does anyone have any questions? You can type them into the chat or feel free to speak up. There's enough of us that it won't be too loud if you speak. So lovely to see you all. Yeah. All right. Well, if there's no specific questions, does anyone want to share what they're doing in their garden at the moment? No? I've got Tasman, my youngest, wants to share something. What do you want to share, Taz?
Dad, I'm the goddess God. Oh my God! Did you know God was
Come home. No.
existed?
Okay.
Did you know God
So this is,
existed in real life? Oh my God, Taz!
Okay.
You are so deluded.
there we
No,
go.
you are so
Okay,
deluded.
that'll do.
You even know
Anything
what
to do with the
deluded
garden?
means?
Anything to do with the gardening? What's your favourite veggie that you?
Strawberries are the best.
Yeah. All right. And here we go. 6 years old and loving it. All right. So if there's nothing else, I guess I just want to really encourage people to get out in the garden and use what you've got around the garden, like we've done with the strawberry runners. We've also put in all of the seeds that we can, and I've also, just for those who are putting in seeds, don't forget to protect those seeds by putting in on top of them the some either eggshells or something that will stop the snails from eating them all, because little baby seedlings this time of year are the favourite food of a whole lot of little critters. So we use sort of a non-toxic something that we get from Bunnings, but there's lots of options there. But have a think about, if you're putting seeds in, make sure you stop the snails and slugs from eating them, because that can be very disappointing. Yeah, is there any other questions before we close off for today?
Hi Mia, thanks so much for your demonstration. We really enjoyed it. We don't have a veggie patch at the moment. We're in a townhouse, but we're hoping to move into a house with a garden maybe next year at this rate. And what tips would you have about where to put a good veggie patch?
For your new place or currently?
Yeah, for a new place. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say location, 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 as with good real estate, the same for veggie patches. So like I'm getting all this sun on me now, those strawberries are going to love that sunshine. And that place there is actually just behind me, goes really, last year I had herbs in there. So it doesn't go well in the summer because it's too hot, but in the winter time it gets a beautiful amount of sun. So you've got to have, sun is really important. for your veggie patch. Almost all veggies need quite a decent amount of sun. So that'll be the first thing. The next thing I'd say is your soil. So focus on what sort of improving the soil. I recommend doing a no-dig garden in Canberra, just because the soil in Canberra is typically very clayey. So we, when we first started, we imported a whole lot of soil. But if you've got, especially when you're in a new place, but now that we've been going for a while, we've got quite a lot of compost that we can just mix through. If the compost is too thick, we'll buy a bag of sand and mix that through it. Yeah, but veggies love really rich soil. And then the third thing would be water. So you've got your sunlight, your soil, and then your water. And if you're setting it up for the first time, I would just go all out and actually invest in some drip irrigation and do it properly from the beginning. An old flatmate of mine taught me how you could put the drip irrigation down and then sort of pull it in a way that you can put it down and then pull it off in the winter time and change it round. So if you can think about the design, and not just for the veggies that are in now, but for the veggies that you've put in all the different seasons. Yeah. So location for sunlight, the soil, and then the water and how you're going to get water to it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, pleasure.
We've got a question.
Oh, doing your own compost? It's very much like. So, Lyndall, thanks for asking about compost. So generally with compost, we try and encourage people to do 2:1. So 2 part wet to 1 part dry, or 2 part high in nitrogen to 1 part high in carbon. So you definitely need to add in, and you try and layer it. So with it, if it's too wet now, you'll have to try and add air somehow. So shredded paper, old leaves, small twigs, and then mix it all through, because composting is an aerobic process, as opposed to landfills that are anaerobic, which is without oxygen. Composts are with oxygen, that aerobic process. And so, yeah, so I'd mix that stuff that's higher in carbon through, so those dead leaves, and also, so mix those things through and also make sure there's air in it. Does that sound possible? All right, any other questions?
No, not for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. All right, well, we might close off for today. It's been so lovely meeting you all. I think I have a buddy, Julie, and Julie is going to do Monday and Tuesday next week at 2:30. And then I will do the Wednesday to Friday next week. We're just juggling like everyone is, I guess, at the moment. But we're hoping to bring you one of these every day, so that you can either come every day if you want, or tag in and out as needed. Before we close, is someone got a question? Is that in the background? No. No, I can't hear the question. If you got a question, type it. No. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you again. You'll see Julie on Monday, Tuesday, but I'll see you on Wednesday or whenever you can make it. It's been lovely meeting you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.